In the latest videos I was exploring Schutzen and I was making some observations and I was drawing conclusions about Schutzen, which I believe was interesting, and the conclusions were useful, but it created a question, and the question is, what is the difference between Schutzen and falling under? I have already at the very beginning of my exploration of 133, I have interpreted falling under a certain shield as this kind of reaction. I am possibly stepping back, I am throwing forward my sword and shield together to create this kind of cross, kind of V that catches the attack of the opponent, and I am hiding behind both of my weapons. So this is falling under according to my interpretation. But the problem is that Schutzen, there are several Schutzen. Schutzen is sort of a basic parry, and the Schutzen that covers my head looks like this. And this is awfully similar to falling under. So question is, there are several questions around it. Why falling under is something different than Schutzen? What is the difference between Schutzen and falling under? Why these two things are not the same thing? Why falling under is not a Schutzen? And it is falling under, it is called differently, named differently. Why is not Schutzen, this type of head protecting Schutzen, used instead of falling under? These are the questions that I was thinking about lately, and I don't have explanation. I have not come to exact conclusion, but I have some ideas about it. The first possibility is that my interpretation of falling under, like this move, is wrong. And it is possible because the images of falling under in 133 are famously ambiguous, and they can mean almost anything. And the text never describes what the falling under is about. So it is very possible that I have not interpreted it correctly. But I don't want to go this way because I have seen several different interpretations of falling under from other interpreters of 133, and I don't like them. Most of them are not combat plausible, or they don't match how 133 talks about falling under. So my interpretation is the only one that seems to be matching how 133 uses falling under. It seems to be functional in combat, and it seems to be more or less true to the images. So I like my interpretation. I can change it, but I don't know to what it should be changed, because I have not seen a better interpretation. From now on, I will be speculating. In the images, there is an important difference between the image of this kind of Schutzen protecting the head and falling under. And the difference is in the sword. In falling under, the sword is pointing forward, while with the Schutzen, it clearly is not. In my interpretation of falling under, the sword is not pointing exactly at the opponent. It goes somewhat sideways, but still it is a lot forward if you compare it with Schutzen. So there is this important difference, and this might explain why falling under is something different than Schutzen, because this position of the sword is very defensive because it covers a wide angle. So I can cover more with this kind of Schutzen. But if I stop the opponent's shot, the opponent's attack, I have not so easy way to turn this position into a thrust. With falling under, I am creating like a narrower angle. I am not being protected that much, but my shot is pretty much forward. And if I want to continue with a thrust, I can, and that is what 133 is doing. Immediately after falling under, I am continuing with a thrust. So, falling under seems to work in a similar way like the Schutzen, but it is better suited for the follow-up attack, while the Schutzen is better suited for defense. So, falling under seems to be more dangerous for the opponent because it can easily be turned into the attack, but it is also less defensive. I cannot use falling under to hinder the move of the opponent much because I am not covering so wide angle. And in order to do the thrust after falling under, I need to have enough space between me and my opponent, which means that against the normal attack, when I have the space and I have enough time and enough control to do this falling under, I should do it because it is better. I can be more dangerous for my opponent. But in situations when I don't have enough space, when I am very close to my opponent, or I am in a very emergency situation and I have hard time blocking anything, that is when I would rather do a Schutzen, because Schutzen covers me more. It doesn't give me so good opportunity for follow-up attack, but it covers me more. So the Schutzen will be useful when I am in the pinch or when I am too close to my opponent to deliver this kind of thrust, even if I was able to do a correct falling under. And this is more or less what we see in 133, because any basic attack, the opponent, we are standing against each other and the opponent is attacking me, or like this, the opponent is attacking me, my natural reaction is falling under, because I have the space, I have the control. But in a situation that are described as critical, like in the play of Walpurgis, there I am using Schutzen because I am too close to the opponent and I don't have enough control over the situation, so I need to be covered. Also, when I am pushing against my opponent and I want to restrict his possibilities of attack, which is in the place of very special long point, I again want to do Schutzen and push forward because I want to use this position as a wide cover against whatever the opponent can throw at me from above. So it seems possible to me that falling under is kind of a different variant of Schutzen that is less protective but better for attack. And if I want to make a good story from it, and this is absolute speculation, I could say that the basic fencing system before our priest used only the Schutzen. There was only this type of defense. And the priest developed a different type of Schutzen. He started to modify this type of Schutzen into this because he has found that it might be useful to turn his defense into attack more easily. And because this worked from him, he then in his textbook based all the basic reactions against the attack from above on this type of defense instead of this that he was taught before, because this type of defense is better if you want to immediately go for an attack. Well, this is absolute speculation, but I can see there a story of some development of the system, because this would answer the question why falling under is not considered to be a Schutzen, even though it is very similar. It could be because the priest is using the word Schutzen for the basic parries, like these, which he was taught to do as a defense. And his special move, which is falling under, he is not naming Schutzen because it does not match, it does not fit in the set of Schutzen that he was taught. But that is really just a story for good night. So that's it.